Hello and welcome to the June edition of Pork Talk. British pig prices are now starting to tick upwards, although unusually they remain below EU levels. Today we're going to explore the ongoing influence of the Chinese market on these prices and what might happen over the next few weeks. Pig prices in the EU and the US surged in March, following the Chinese Ministry of Agriculture reporting a 20% drop in sow numbers. Demand for imported product increased in China, and key exporters with the necessary approval were able to capitalise on this growth. At the same time, reports suggest slaughter pig numbers have been tightening in Europe, and this has lent further support to prices there. The EU reference price reached 150 pence per kilogramme in the middle of May. However, reports now indicate the market reaction could be starting to slow. US pig prices were relatively flat in May, and futures prices have been falling. There is some caution on this market amid the ongoing China-US trade war, which currently has no end in sight. EU price rises also slowed down in May. Market reports from the continent suggest Chinese traders are not currently accepting further price rises, and with domestic demand remaining lacklustre, it's increasingly difficult for prices to rise. The small supply of slaughter pigs is the key factor offering further support to EU pig prices at the moment. The Chinese government has insisted all frozen pork stocks must be tested for ASF by the 1st of July. In the short term, this means pork stores are being drawn out onto the market to avoid the risk of finding contamination. This could temporarily be boosting supplies a little. As this phase passes though, domestic prices are expected to rise rapidly and further boost import demand. Even if the EU price pauses for breath, there is still plenty of room for upward movement in British prices. The UK price was slower to turn as Brexit stockpiles buffered the impact of rising import costs, but this is now subsiding. Reports suggest demand for British meat is rising as imports lose competitiveness, and this should enable further price rises. This could especially be the case if the weather improves and kicks off the barbecue season. Typically, British meat attracts a premium over EU product. Prices would need to gain over 10 pence for the EU-UK price differential to return to more normal levels, but we're not really living in normal times. There's lots to keep your eye on at the moment in the global pig market. Please visit the prices and stats section of the AHDB Pork website to get the most up-to-date information, or subscribe to the new AHDB Pork Weekly newsletter.